Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tipsy, Tías. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Natalie.
And you've got us back for another wine review.
Wow.
So today the wine that we're reviewing is another one from our NPR Wine Pack. Today's is Shroud Mountain, and it is a Cabernet Sauvignon from 2015. So for all my red wine lovers out there, this one's for you.
You sound like a DJ.
Good.
Okay. What is Cabernet Sauvignon?
I actually don't know. But you know how they have like the Sauvignon Blanc and like the
Blanc, white.
I always feel like the Sauvignon Blanc is like super dry. Like it's a really dry white wine. So I'm hoping that this is not that.
When it comes to white, I know Moscato and I know Riesling. That's about it. So
The party one. Yeah, so here, I can read a little bit about it. Let's see what they have to say about their own wine. Many of California's wine growing regions are graced by warm days and cool afternoons. Fog wafting off of the Pacific Ocean helps create long, ripening seasons, adding depth of flavor to the wines produced here. This California Cabernet Sauvignon benefits largely from this phenomenon. Shroud Mountain boasts flavors of luscious plum and ripe blackberry, integrated with layers of mocha. Ooh. And notes of subtle black pepper. Medium-bodied, this wine has great depth and personality. Ooh, just like me. Neither of us have any experience with this type of grape, so I think that we might as well just go for it.
I don't even know what type of grape is in here.
Oh, so
Wine fact.
Wine fact. Typically, whatever the name of the wine is the type of grape it is. So, for example, a Riesling wine comes from Riesling grapes. But it could also just be talking about, like, the area it's from. So, I don't know. I literally have no clue for this one. But yeah, anyway, neither of us have any experience with Cabernet Sauvignon. So, we're going to give it a try. Let's serve her up. Today, me and Natalie are really...
Why do you have to expose us?
Huh?
Are you going to say that we're going to share a glass?
Yeah.
Why do you have to expose us?
I think it's funny.
God, okay.
So today we're solidifying our friendship by sharing a glass. Yeah, this is solely happening because I dropped our second glass on the ground and it shattered. But you know what? We're moving along, you know?
True. Okay.
Okay, let's look at the color first. How would you rate this?
Bloody. She's beautiful.
Yeah, this is really nice. Like, it's a really deep red. Like, it's a nice deep burgundy, but it's not, it's not see-through at all. Like, I can't see anything through this. It's very opaque. And then let's give her a swirl.
I see no legs.
Honestly, yeah, me neither. That must mean the alcohol content's pretty low. What is it?
It's 13.2.
That's high.
Are you sure you don't have it reversed?
No, that's right. It might just be the viscosity of the wine. That just has to do with it as well. We also put a ton of wine in there, so maybe like we can't swirl it as well as we should. If any of y'all can tell us about this phenomenon, please let us know. Smell it. What do you smell?
It smells really good.
Yeah?
Like, it smells really fruity.
Mm-hmm.
It's really sharp, though.
Ooh, let me see.
I don't know. I can't
like
pinpoint
acidy?
anything.
Oh, wow. It is very sharp. I smell a lot of cherries. Like, I smell cherries and wood. Wood and cherries.
Wood.
Yeah. Like, at the bottom, if you smell at the bottom, it smells like wood.
Is it George Washington with the wooden teeth and the cherry tree?
Historical wine.
Ooh.
I'm from Virginia. I should, like, try and market this.
Are we not doing that right now?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's not the type of wine I'm used to.
I can taste the mocha.
Mm-hmm. I do taste the mocha.
I thought it would be a lot drier than it is.
It's juicy.
It is. It's a bit weird to me because I did not expect that flavor at all.
Yeah, I feel like it's very, it's not heavy at all, and it's not one of those, like, really acidy, like, attack wines that are like, oh, fuck. It's like, oh, just, like, mellowed out. Like, I'm just chilling out.
You know, whenever you... Oh, maybe not you, but you would, like, lick the tip of your pencil?
Yeah.
Okay, so you would lick the tip of your pencil? This is that.
Yes!
But delicious.
Yeah, like, it's a good version of that. Like, it's memories.
Yes.
Okay, so it definitely says figs in here, and I taste fig. Like, there's a whole hell of a fucking lot of figs in there.
It tastes like it should be creamy.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's a coffee of it's like a milk coffee of the red wine world.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yes, yes. That's a good way to put it.
This would taste good mixed with coffee.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this is a good breakfast wine.
I think she means brunch.
Yeah, sure. It's actually really good. It's like you can really, like, when they say mocha, like, you can feel like that coffee, that chocolatey, but I think you can still taste the cherries. It smells like cherries, and there's like that small acidy flavor, but it's not strong at all. Like a lot of Malbecs, I feel like, have that stronger, like, tart cherry flavor, but this is more of like a secondary flavor as opposed to being like a primary one.
I also feel like the taste is a lot softer than it smells.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely smells stronger than it tastes.
This is a really good wine for people that don't like wine.
Yeah. Oh,
because it's really easy to...
Even, like, I feel like there's white wines that I've tasted are way stronger than that. Oh, and the other thing about this red wine is that the tannins, super low. It's not cutting anything on my tongue.
No.
So that would also be another way if you're wanting to get into red wine. I think this is a good one.
I'm usually a Malbec girl, but I think I might change after this.
I did like Malbec a lot, but I think my favorite red wine at the moment is probably Shiraz.
You do love your Shiraz.
Yeah, that's a good ass wine. We'll review one of those sometime soon because they're good. And, like, honestly, I feel like with Shiraz, they have, like, such a wide variety of prices, so we could probably do a comparison with one of those.
Let's get $1 million bottle.
Oh my gosh! If you want to dip into your savings,
what savings?
I can dip into all $50 of mine.
Anyway, hire us.
Yeah, we're both currently dealing with portfolios, I guess. Natalie is way more advanced than I am in hers. I am still just trying to get mine off the ground.
Well, really, all I did was take everything from my Instagram and put it on a website.
Yeah. I just need to compile. I have a lot of projects I need to add, but...
Plus, you actually want to make your own, which is definitely more work than I did. I just chose the template and put those suckers right in.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Wish me luck. Hopefully these wines are going to get me through it. I have about a month to figure it out.
God.
But anyway, this isn't our first glass of wine today, is it?
Whew, it's not our first drink today.
No. So we started off our day with brunch. We had a couple of drinks there.
Nothing super memorable.
Yeah, nothing great, honestly. Like, don't want to talk about it. It wasn't great. But we went to the movies and we had a glass of wine there.
Malbec. My fave.
Matching, of course.
God, she copies me all the time.
But we went to see The Shape of Water.
And it was so good, y'all. It was so good.
Yeah. So just a warning from here on in, like,
spoilers. Major spoiler.
Definitely.
Major spoiler alert.
Like, there's no way we can hold back on this.
Really, there is not.
But honestly, even if you did listen to our spoilers, like, I think that the movie itself isn't that much plot based so much as it's like
visually amazing.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, even if you are listening to this and you're allowing yourself to get spoiled, still watch it.
And I mean, you probably know what happens anyway.
Yeah, honestly, like,
if you're on Twitter, you know.
Can we just do a major plot point right now?
She fucks the fish.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
She fucks the fish. There we go. Everything's spoiled.
Everyone, okay, so I feel like everyone probably saw that coming based on the trailers, but I still, like, had a visceral reaction when it happened on screen.
Andrea was turning away. She could not face it at all. At all.
No, I really couldn't. Because, like, I'm just like, he's, okay, so the character, like, the fish character is not humanoid, like, almost at all. Like,
he stands on two legs. He has arms, thumbs, everything. I mean, they are webbed.
Yeah. But, and, like, there's, like, an muscly body.
Yeah, broad shoulders, small waist.
But, like, other than that, like, it's all covered in scales, like, completely. There's gill action happening all over the place. I think it's blue, right? He's blue.
It's like a greenish, bluish. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah. So basically, like, this creature, you're not gonna be like, oh, like man mermaid type. No, this is not that. And honestly, I was just like, this is bestiality.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you thought it was tastefully done, right?
I thought it was tastefully done because I can just like see all the pornos right now, like weird fish man fucks hot librarian. I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, like, there was no actual intercourse shown.
That's true.
You see them both naked. Well, he's naked the entire film. You see them both naked and embracing, but there's nothing.
Okay, but there is one slightly it's not graphic, but at one point the protagonist, she actually is like, she's communicating with her friend, and like her friend Zelda is like, but like, how does it happen? Like, what? Like, I thought it was flat down there, and then they show like her hands, and she's like, bloop, and it's like parting of her hands, and apparently it just comes out.
So basically, he keeps his dick hidden until it's needed, and then it just plops on out of his crotch.
Oh my god. And I was like, wow, I did not need that visualization at all. But I guess it's also to like keep people from wondering. Like, I don't want to see that fan fiction.
I'm gonna look for it. I'm curious. I mean, I wouldn't fuck Okay. No, I was about to say, if he didn't have the scales and the gills and everything, I'd fuck him. Because let's be honest, the guy was built.
Oh my god. Like, there are worse options out there. That is true.
Very worse. But my thing is, I thought they were going to spend a lot more time throughout the film establishing their relationship, and they didn't.
Yeah.
That was my problem with it.
Mm-hmm. You said earlier, like, it felt like they went from start to end, and that was it, and there was no middle.
It was just, she sees him, she's immediately attached, and then when the opportunity comes, she takes it.
Yeah, so that was also my concern, was that like it felt very much like you don't see why she likes him other than the fact that she can see herself in him, which feels like very much like she's just projecting her own feelings.
Which is not healthy at all.
No way. Yeah, and it's just like no one ever really talks to him. Like,
it's basically Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
Because he is kept captive in a government facility where literally everyone treats him like shit except for her. Everyone. He's physically abused. I mean, verbally, I don't know if he can understand the words, but verbally abused. He's separated from his home, and she's the only one being nice to him, so of course he's gonna become attached.
Yeah. Oh, you know what, going back a little, we should probably explain the plot a little.
Okay. So you have this woman, Eliza, who is mute. She works at a government facility, cleaning. And one day, a bunch of like higher ups bring in a tank, and in the tank is Fish Boy. Does he have a name?
No.
Fish Boy.
Yeah.
Okay. So because she's mute, she and one of her work friends, what was her name again?
Zelda.
Yes, Zelda Delilah, are tasked with cleaning up the room that he's held in every day. So she sees him pretty often. They develop a connection because she sees herself in him. She can't speak. He can't speak. He's relatively humanoid. He's able to communicate with her. He picks up sign language, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's not like super developed sign language. It's like a couple phrases here and there, and then even then I feel like it's also based on the fact that they're both kind of like oppressed figures. Yeah,
it's very much a fantasy story. But anyway, something happens, and it's decided that Fish Boy is no longer needed alive, and the best thing to do is cut him up and use him for science. Obviously, Eliza is not down for this, so through some, like, pretty cool planning, that was a pretty good scheme.
Yeah, it was.
That was a pretty good scheme.
And you got, like, a lot of, like, people involved that you wouldn't expect. There's some twists there.
There's some twists. Yeah, we won't ruin those for you. But through a lot of careful planning and scheming, she gets him out and takes him back to her apartment. where she basically just like keeps him in the tub and they chill, and it's cool.
And sometimes they have sex.
But okay, just making the connection right now. The tub is also where she masturbated every day.
Yeah.
And now that's also another point of eroticism or whatever, because it's where they have sex.
Yeah. I think also well, okay, no. Finish. Is that your whole plot summary?
It's not my whole plot summary. More happens, but I don't want to ruin everything.
Yeah, like that's a main point.
Long story short, they end up together.
Yeah.
In one way or another.
Yeah. Going back to like the nitty gritty, I thought that was so interesting from the beginning. As Natalie said, like she always masturbates in the bathtub every single morning, and it's so funny because like she's always cooking her eggs with a timer, and in the time that she's cooking, she goes and takes a bath and masturbates, and I'm like, eggs don't take that long to cook.
She was going pretty hard. I don't think it takes her that long.
Like there was like water sloshing out of there. Like it was intense.
I do commend them for giving her, what's it called?
Physical autonomy? Sexual autonomy?
Sexual autonomy. Because she knows what she wants. She goes for it. She gets it.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of the time, like, they make her seem as, like, a kind of meeker figure, especially in the beginning. But it's like, yes, she's meek. Yes, she's shy. And, like...
No, she's not meek.
Yes,
she's just shown as such.
Yeah, or people perceive her that way.
Yes, people
perceive her as being meek, but it's like no, she has control of herself, and like she really, the way they like show her space is very interesting too. It's very much hers. Like they show her loft, and it's like every aspect of that apartment is used, and it's kind of like homey and lived in, and it's hers, and it's not like some generic like apartment. Like there's like detailing, there's like decorations, like she's put her time in there, like you can really see her.
But it was also pretty sparse.
It's sparse, yeah. And also, it's interesting that she doesn't have a bed.
I thought it was romantic.
She sleeps in what is it called? What are those called? It's like those like old vintage chairs that are like very like, you know, those like glamour chairs that wouldn't even be...
Imagine yourself like lounging on it.
A lounge chair. But it's not a lounge chair because it has on both sides armrest.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Settee?
Is the... Blank lounge.
I have no clue.
Is it a chase? Let me look this up.
I don't know. I think that's just a chair. Anyway, regardless, it doesn't look comfortable. Not to me. But
I found it.
I just really liked how they showed her apartment. I really liked how it really felt like she had ownership of her space there. One thing I really wish that they'd kind of like pursued more was the neighbor. So he kind of like, he's the sidekick. He helps her out. He's like not necessarily like out, but like for 1960s, like he's
flamboyant.
Yeah, he's an out gay man. And he's like looking to flirt, you know? But I kind of wish they'd pursued him like his story more, because they kept setting him up. Like they kept showing how he has kind of been facing a lot of like failure at work, and it's like kind of insinuated that it's because of his sexuality. And I
read it as he was having some type of relationship with a man that fired him.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like there was something weird there. But it's never really thoroughly stated. And then he has like this like a kind of one-sided flirtation with this diner owner that ends up...
He's not the owner. He just works there.
Yeah, he just works there. But like it ends up being like bad. I don't know, like they kept showing like I kept feeling like they were leading up to something with him, and they didn't.
Okay, yes. He and Zelda were just used to, push the plot along because Eliza needed them to get Fishboy out of the lab.
Yeah, there seemed to be like a lot of like weird plot stepping points, like things that they used to move the plot along that just kind of made me uncomfortable, like the Bojangles like side thing. So they would watch like a lot of old Hollywood films together. The neighbor and Eliza, is that her name?
Yes.
Eliza, and they would like watch Bojangles, and it's like, okay, that's kind of like uncomfortable because it's like this film that like kind of really like uses stereotypes of Black figures in media, and like just like bad archetypes basically. And then they never really talk about it later on, so I was like, well, why did you show that if you're not gonna like talk about it? And then later on they Zelda's husband gets kind of...
Who she always complains about, by the way.
Yeah, she always complains about him. Like, he's, like, this, like, seen as this, like, figure that's really quiet. And, like, the one time he speaks up, it's, like, because he's a coward. And he gets kind of, like, told what to do, and he just does it. And it's not done
by a white man.
By a white man, like, the villain. And it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. It's definitely very much, like, some sort of, I don't know, it felt like they were making these weird commentaries but then not following through on them.
They were just doing things halfway, like, yes, we addressed this, but they didn't really.
Exactly.
I mean, they could have done so much more with the husband. I mean, Zelda herself was a pretty strong character, I thought.
Yeah, same.
She was a really loyal friend. She was outspoken. Was she outspoken?
Yeah, she was outspoken because she would tell the boss. She
talks a lot, but is she outspoken?
No, I think she was outspoken because she would tell, like, her supervisor, like, do I have to go with you now? Like, can I finish my dinner first? You know, like she would, like, get her opinion across. But I don't know.
But then was she just being the sassy black woman?
That's true. That's also... Yeah, because she talks so much that she, like, it's supposed to be, like...
She becomes a caricature.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be like, oh, Eliza doesn't even need to talk because Zelda just talks for her. Like, and that's also bad, too. Because then it's, like, they're just stereotyping her as well. And I feel like sometimes they were doing it, like, here's this crew of misfits. Like, and it's like, who are you to say, like...
Like, okay, we've got our mute girl, we've got the black woman, we've got the gay guy. We're good to go.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
I didn't like that either. I was like, okay, that's fine if you want to do that, but give everyone a little bit more depth. God damn it.
Yeah.
Although I did like that their villain is, like, your stereotypical hero. As in, you have this, like, white man who's successful at work and he has, like, the perfect family, and, like, he's not your stereotypical villain. He's just someone who works too hard and has, like, a job goal, and they made him the villain. I thought that was cool. I liked that they did that.
He didn't have some tragic backstory. Nothing crazy happened to him. I mean, his fingers were chomped off.
Yeah, but he was bad before that.
Yeah,
so
yeah, but that wasn't used as, like, his origin story. He didn't have an origin story.
He was just bad because he was just bad.
And I like that because that's
realistic.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need a tragic backstory to be a shit person. So
because then you can, like, sympathize with the bad guy. I'm not saying that that's always a bad thing because I mean, people are multidimensional. But it's really tiring when you have, like, a very limited amount of time to do anything in a film, and you waste some of that by giving the bad guy all this, like, unnecessary,
and it gives depth to the wrong characters.
Exactly.
So it's like, yes, we're upset that, like, Zelda and the neighbor and Eliza didn't get depth, but at least neither did that evil villain white dude.
Yeah.
What do you think was the point of the story? Was it a romance? Like, was that it? Was it like, oh, someone found their true love? Was it like, oh, these, like, marginalized people came together and they, like, went against the oppressor? Like,
nobody won but Eliza, though.
Yeah. So that's my thing. Like, so was it was a love story then?
I don't even know if I can call it a love story because there was nothing. The film itself was romantic, but there was no romance in it.
So I end up asking myself, like, so, like, what was the point?
I know this is bad because I'm Cams, or maybe it's because I'm Cams.
What is Cams?
Cinema and Media Studies. That's my major. She's artsy. But I mean, like, I don't think films or any works of art really need to have a point.
They don't need to have a point.
It was technically very beautiful.
It's beautiful. I just feel like I was taken on a journey that ended nowhere. I wanted to be somewhere.
I was somewhere. I just wasn't learning anything. Well, I was learning that if you're an established old dude, you can get money to do literally whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah. I also, you know what I really like, though? They put it in an era, and they really stuck with the context of that era.
I'm going to be really honest right now. The only things I know about the Cold War, I learned from movies. All my knowledge comes from X-Men.
All right.
But the ones with like James McAvoy set in that.
Yeah. I mean, I won't say that the movie went in depth and it's like, oh wow, it's like a historical piece on the Cold War. But no, it's like it put this like quasi monster story within like a really interesting time in US history. Okay. Going back to like the timelines in this movie. So there was a lot of emphasis on like old Hollywood glamour movies, films, dance, artists. I could see why that would be like kind of, what is it called? Like it's really feeding to the audience. Like it's really like, ooh, like look at that. Look, she does tap dances.
Working on that nostalgia.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. But also like, I didn't need it.
It wasn't explored.
Yeah, I didn't need it.
It also was not explored. Like, I mean... like you said, they watch a lot of old movies. She knows the dances to a bunch of them, so she'll be doing them in the hallway or just like sitting on the sofa with her token gay best friend. She lives above a movie theater. Not really subtle that one.
So, and they always talk about like those like romances, because like the neighbor. Why can't we remember his name? Do you remember his name? I can't remember his name.
I want to say Albert, but I think all old white men are Albert.
I don't think it's Albert. But I think it's like, oh, they're always like looking for love and that like really like dramatic, deep, like your soulmate love. And so that's like also a little annoying. And so we were talking about this earlier, actually. There is this one scene, it kind of like cuts into like this dream scene of hers where she is with Fish Boy and in like her daydream, and they're kind of break out into song and dance, and she can sing, and she's mute, so obviously this is her dream. And I just felt like it was kind of weird. Like I see why it's her daydream, but the whole movie had kind of been leading up to like, if there's a point, we're saying that there isn't really a point, but if there's a point, it's sort of the fact that she finds someone who accepts her and who she sees herself in, who she can connect with, on the fact that they don't speak. So then why would she be daydreaming about her and him like being able to sing to each other?
But he wasn't singing, it was just her.
Yeah, it was just
literally
her.
Fades to black.
Yeah, that's true. It's just her singing. So, but it still doesn't make sense. Like, it still doesn't make sense, like, why that would be, like, her goal. Like, especially since this is nearing the end of the film. Like, it kind of cuts away all of the, like, small points that I thought this was leading up to.
I don't think that was her goal. I think it was just a tool used to show how much she wished to express, like, the, like, extent of her love for him.
Because she's like, you don't see how, and then she can't finish it, and she's like, you don't see how much, and then how much I love you. But I still feel like you had an idea, like you thought it would have been really nice if they'd signed it instead.
Yeah, I thought, okay, because they're sitting at a table, and she's struggling to speak, but she starts to sing this song. It fades to black and white instead of color, and then they're doing this elaborate dance, very like old Hollywood. And I get why they put that dance in there, but I just feel that it would have been a lot more impactful if she had just signed the entire thing.
I feel like it would have made more sense in my head. I think it would have moved along my understanding of her as a character better if she had signed that scene.
You could even keep the song in with the lyrics and words and everything, just don't have her mouth it.
Yeah, that would have been, I think that would have been a more interesting turn. I mean, we're critiquing this movie, but we both loved it.
I loved it so much.
I was crying, and Natalie,
I was really crying. I was watching I made it to the end credits, but as the end credits were rolling, a tear just like leaked out of my right eye, and then I was just sobbing.
Yeah, she really was.
Andrea was laughing at me.
I was not laughing. I was trying to comfort you.
You were laughing.
I was laughing and trying to comfort you.
You were doing a really bad job at trying to comfort me. Well, I didn't need any comfort because it was.
Yeah, because you were like, I liked it.
It was just so beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a slut for aesthetics. And it was beautiful.
It is very beautifully filmed. And I really liked I just really liked, even though we're complaining about like the point and like how she moves along as a character.
In order to truly love something, you have to be able to critique it.
Exactly. I really liked her as a character. She
was great.
Yeah, she was great. Her. I really connected with her. Not like connect, but like I really like felt for her character. I got that deep empathy that you're supposed to get for a protagonist.
She was badass.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, all of the characters were super interesting. That's why I'm mad that I don't know more about them, because they were all super interesting. To know more. Exactly. Like they all really could have had their own movie.
And maybe that's the point.
Then that's the point.
Maybe that's the point.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And there was like all these like little side things, like these little side relationships that I wish I'd known more about. It was a really rich world, and at times it felt so fantastical that it was like, yes, I get that it's in the 1960s, but it feels like it's also just like an alternate universe type of situation, like a fantasy world as well. And it was really beautiful.
Okay, just a side note, the actress who plays Eliza is Sally Hawkins. Mm-hmm. I just want everybody to know that, because she deserves all the recognition in the world for that. That was an amazing performance.
Yeah, that really... Hell.
Bitch never spoke.
Yeah. I mean, this movie's been out for, a week now? And they already have a ton of Golden Globe nominations. And they deserve it. Yeah. So, honestly, like, a lot of our critiques, I think, is just because we like that world so much that we wanted more.
We want more.
Yeah. So, this is supposedly Guillermo del Toro's, like, passion project. He's been wanting to work on this for like his entire career. He's always wanted to have some sort of monster movie, but that is flipped on its head. And if you've seen his other films, like I honestly think that this is way better. And I love his other movies. Like I love Pan's Labyrinth. I love Mama. Crimson Peak is incredible. And I think this was even better than those. And also, I'm a little biased. You know, I just freshly watched The Shape of Water, and I've been waiting for it for like 3 months. Like, I thought it came out in September for some reason, and I was like really pissed off about it. So maybe that's also why I think it's like better than the rest. And also, like, the plot sounds bogus.
It is bogus.
Yeah, the plot sounds bogus. The trailer looks a little... Okay, there. Oh, yeah. The trailer is misleading. So we've had this situation before. We went to see
The Beguiled.
Mm-hmm. And if y'all have seen The Beguiled, the trailer makes it look like it's like this like really intense, like interesting horror movie. It's not.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw the trailer and I was like, oh my God, there's going to be a bunch of badass women in this house and they're going to be on a murdering rampage and it's going to be amazing and it's going to be really gothy and I'm going to love it. And then I saw it and it was okay. I'm going to love it outside of all of the fucking racist ass, wow, another white ass movie.
It's based on the Civil War.
White women are amazing and wow, white feminism, blah, 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 blah.
They're on the Confederate side too.
But again, I'm a slut for aesthetics. So I was looking forward to it on a visual level.
I think it fed on that.
It did. It was so beautiful.
But it was not the most interesting plot. And all the action happens in like the last 30 minutes. That is not this film. I'm not saying like, oh, this film is only good in the last 30 minutes. But
we're just saying that the trailer hyped it up to be something was not.
Yeah.
Was there suspense? Yes. Mm-hmm. But was there as much as the trailer promised? No. And that's the thing with trailers. Mm-hmm. Like, they're meant to hook you in. But I don't like when they feed you something that you're not going to get.
Yeah, because it also just like, I feel like they made it look like it was like a thriller.
Yeah, they did.
This movie is not a thriller.
It's not. And you know what? If they had toned down the trailer a bit and like paced it so that it matched what the film actually is, I would have been fine with it. I would still want to watch it.
Yeah, because I think the interest came in like, you could already see how interesting it looked, like in terms of setting, in terms of like there's a fucking monster. Like that's all I need to see. So I don't know why they did that. You know, I
to make money, because you need to make money.
You need to make money, and usually it's not the director who's in charge of the trailer anyway.
It's his passion project.
Yeah,
we don't know how long it took to get this thing off the ground, or what kind of begging it took to get the funding for it, because you know this is probably an expensive ass movie.
Yeah, definitely.
So like I understand the need to bring people in and glamorize it a bit, But I'm just mad about it.
Yeah, I'm mad about it too. But at the end of the day, it was still good.
It was so good.
I'm going to buy it on DVD as soon as it's available.
Same.
So this was basically just a really long advertisement for The Shape of Water.
And you should all, please, I know we're all broke college students. Mm-hmm. Or I'm assuming we're all broke college students. But, like, when you can, support the arts. Please support the arts. Don't just stream it somewhere or whatever the fuck. I don't know. What people is streaming?
Pirating.
Don't do that with, like, lame-ass shit, like 50 Shades of Grey or something that you just, like, want to watch and make fun of. But, I mean, when you can support artists, please do. Go to the theater.
And it's not just about supporting an artist, but it's like your capital is your vote. So like when you pay for these movies, it means that like I support it on a level that other movies like this should also be created in the future.
Exactly.
So go support your local indie. Go to an independent movie theater too while you're at it.
Some of our favorites include The Coolidge.
Mm-hmm. And, my favorite is Brattle. So, yeah, go support your local indie spot. But what is our takeaway for the day?
So today I learned that Cabernet Sauvignon is beautiful, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. In agreement.
NPR is really good at choosing their wines.
Oh, yes.
She fucks the fish.
Unfortunately, yes.
Why unfortunately? Unfortunately or fortunately, she fucks the fish. Mm-hmm. It's done. Maybe that's the takeaway. You're never going to find love unless you fuck a fish.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad we can leave our viewers out with that one.
And you should all just go support things that you like.
So with that wonderful advice to leave you all with, this was Tipsy Tías.
I'm Natalie.
I'm Andrea. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
Nice.